Hey everybody, what's going on? Ted here. Thanks for joining me. It's Wednesday, December 30th, 2020. Only a couple days left in 2020, heading into 2021. So if you've been waiting on the money, the checks are going out. According to Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, as of last night, Tuesday night, if you had direct deposit, you could got a check last night. And continuing on throughout the week, paper checks will be mailed out later this week and could be received as soon as 2 weeks after that. So if you got direct deposit, your stimulus payment is underway and being paid. They said they already have the payment and the payments are on the way out, being paid out. At the same time, the Senate has no plan to vote on the House passed bill to increase the direct payments to the 2000, which we already knew. Mitch McConnell introduced legislation, blah 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 blah. They're not going to vote on it, but the $600 is coming, and you probably will be, head of households will be get 600, and couples will get 600, and you'll get 600 for each dependent. And like I said, the 600 is not coming anywhere near helping us, helping Americans, really, the people that are really struggling. If you've been unable to pay your rent, you've been locked down, you lost your job, you've been unable to pay your rent for months, $600 really just doesn't cut it. 2,000 really doesn't even cut it. But at least with 2,000, maybe you can go get, depending on the rent, first, last, and deposit and get a new place somewhere. Maybe if you're, I don't know where you can get rent that cheap these days, but as they're handing out these checks, they're talking about the national debt nears 28 trillion. And that's what a whole big holdup was towards the end, and that's what the whole voting on 2000 is they're claiming that it's because it's getting out of control. In 2008, according to this article, the debt was only at 8 trillion. In 12 years, it's gone up $20 trillion. And when Trump came into office, he used it as a talking point against Obama, how the debt was getting out of control. Now with him being there, he took over, it was like 19, so it's closing in on $10 trillion since he's been there for 4 years. And here's the thing, I feel confident in telling you, the next person, regardless of who it is, the next 4 years, they'll probably spend just as much as Trump, because we've come to a point where they have to print this and print this and print this and keep it going, because if they stop, it all falls apart. The facade is wiped away, and we get to see that the emperor has no clothes on. And that's why we have helicopter money here, where they're printing up your stimulus and getting it out there. This is basically equates to them flying overhead in a helicopter and dumping bags of money out, and you get to catch the money. That's what stimulus really boils down to. And somewhere along the line, somebody's got to pay for this. Future generations of Americans are going to pay for this. So you're happy about your 600, you want more, you want the 2,000, but somebody, your kids, your grandkids, they're going to be the ones paying for this if this system even lasts. This could get brutal. This is endgame stuff right here, guys. This is the stuff to prepare for. Anyway, you got the strain that's been going around the UK. They found the first cases in the United States. And, I mean, it's supposedly way more transmissible. I'm just going to read it for you guys, a couple paragraphs. Colorado guardsman has first reported U.S. case of virus variant. The first person in the U.S. known to be infected with a new and apparently more contagious variant of the coronavirus was identified Wednesday as a Colorado National Guardsman who had been sent to help out at a nursing home struggling with an outbreak. And health officials said a second guard member may have it too. The cases have triggered a host of questions about how the mutation version circulating in England arrived in the United States, and whether it's here too late to stop it now, or top experts are saying it's probably already spreading in other places in the country. The discovery has also added urgency to the nation's vaccination drive. So really, that's what it boils down to. The discovery has added urgency to the nation's vaccination drive. So it really does raise questions. How did it get here, first of all? They claim, if you keep going down, check out the article yourself. It's on AP. They claim it could have been from somebody visiting. We already know that the survival, mortality rate of this thing is well less than 1%. Like, your chances of dying are very low. They've incentivized hospitals to say people had the virus. We know that people were in an accident, died of a car accident, but because they tested positive, they go down as COVID so that the hospital gets money, incentivizing it to say that these people have COVID, they died of COVID, when you've heard many, many stories now about people being shot, I'm sure. So the numbers are really low of people dying from this thing, especially if you just took the people that organically die of this thing. And now they're telling us this one is it's not that it's going to kill you more, but it's way more transmissible. And that the fear is that it's the way that it's mutating. But our vaccine should be able to take care of it. So there's a rush for the vaccination to take care of it before it mutates again. But it's moving faster than us now, so we have to hurry up. So basically, it sounds like a lot of fear, and there's tons and tons of headlines of a surge here and hospital beds overflowing there. But still, the numbers of death are well less than 1%. And now they're coming with this more fear mongering at you because they need you to take that vaccine. They want you, for whatever reason, whatever's in the vaccine, if they're going to make money, I can't answer that for you, but they want you to take that vaccine. To the point of maybe even mandating it. Maybe making social life impossible without having it. And that's what the headlines I brought you week after week now, even leading into before they had the vaccine. And now mainstream media is making it apparent that that is their agenda. Speaking of agenda, you got privacy schmivacy. 2 in 3 Americans don't care if their smart devices are recording them. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is giving away those freedoms. That you have that phone and you don't care that they're listening to you. You don't care if you have a camera device and they're watching you. But let me just read real quick. Are the ads popping up in your smart device a little too spot on? Is it an eerie coincidence, or are your smartphones and smart speakers listening in on everything you say in private? Privacy issues are a constant concern when it comes to digital technology. But a new survey finds many Americans are simply accepting they may not be alone in their own home. Researchers say 2 in 3 U.S. adults don't care if their smart devices are always listening to what they say. So, not only are we know that they're listening. We are well aware that they're listening. It's not even that you're okay with it. It's that you forget. It goes by the wayside. But every single app, everything you use on that phone, the first time you used it, you had to hit that little agreement. And we all do it. And even if you really cared and you wanted to know what was going on, you might have read the first 2 sentences of all that jargon. But when you realize that it's like 25 pages of blah, 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 you just went and you swiped it down, the words went flying by your face, and you went down to the box and you checked it. And that's why they're allowed to do it. And that's why it's rampant. And most people don't care because they already realize that it's happening. And if you have your phone, it's probably listening to you. But we just forget about it. And we need to stop, because that is your right. That is a freedom. So pay attention to what you say. And don't forget, they are recording everything. If you go to websites, they will know what websites you went to. All of this is known. And I'm going to bring you this story about the Nashville Bomber again, and this time it's a story about them basically in the media trying to make him look bad, like he's a conspiracy theorist kind of guy, and he was chasing after aliens, and his girlfriend said he was making a bomb in 2019. The police came to the house supposedly, and when they came in, she had 2 guns on the couch. Apparently the page doesn't want to come up for me right now. I'm trying to get it up for you guys, but I will talk about it while it's coming up. They found 2 guns on the couch. She said that she didn't want the guns in her house any longer because of a dispute between her and her boyfriend, which is the Nashville Bomber, and that he was making a bomb in his RV. So now they're saying that he was going after reptilians. He was worried about 5G. A bunch of conspiracy things that they were saying anyway. And then the stuff that I already spoke to you guys about, that he gave the car away, he gave 2 properties away, all that ties in. But the fact is, now that they're coming out trying to paint him as a conspiracy theorist, makes me even more questioning what their story is, because usually that's what they do to people in the media when they want you to look bad. Think about, I don't know if you guys have seen that show about the Atlanta bombings. Check it out. They destroyed this dude in the media. And that could be something they do. You don't even know. Maybe this guy was just walking by. And I'm not saying that's true, but the fact is that each and every one of us, I could have been walking by that day. That thing blew up. They found parts of me, and they come and search my computer, and they could build any narrative they want based on what they would find in my digital footprint. They could make me out to be a crazy domestic terrorist, whatever they want to paint me to be, because of the videos that I watch. And I do watch those kind of videos. But that is what I'm free to do. That is what you're free to do. But know that they are paying attention and collecting all of your data. And they could paint you out to be anything you want to. And I'm not saying that this guy is a good guy or bad guy. What I'm saying is, I don't necessarily believe the narrative that we're being fed, especially now that they're trying to attack him and, his person. They're trying to attack his character in the media now by calling him that, and I take offense to that because I am a conspiracy theorist. What does that mean? That means I'm going to go out and bomb something? No, of course not. It's not even conspiracy. Most of the time it's fact that you guys are trying to hide, and you call it conspiracy to make us look bad. So now I really question your narrative, and I hope you guys do too. Anyway, let me get out of here. Don't be scared, be prepared. Let me get a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I will check you guys out tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Be safe.